Well, hello, Sagittarius. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel. If you are new, hello, I am Yasmin. If you have not already, please like and subscribe. Sagittarius, we're going to go ahead and get into your reading. We are going to be using the elements. We're going to be pulling 4 cards. I'm going to combine those and tell you what I see. This is for Sagittarius. Let's get into it. Let's see what's happening here for Sag. Thank you. I'm going to use this card a little bit later because it's not an element card. So let me go ahead and pull one more. Thank you. All right. Hey, Soul. Hey, Tiffany. Hey, Jovina. Hey, guys. All right. Oh, okay, good. Oh, it was another one there. Wow. Okay, I'll pull another one in a minute. Let me look and see what I'm looking at here. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, you have a new beginning. I always can tell by I always get a theme, okay? And I'm not going to be, like it's not going to be vague. It's not going to be like, oh, you have a new beginning. And I'm not telling you what it's going to be. Like I'm going to tell you. But no, this is totally a new beginning for you. One thing that I do see is that there's been a lot of financial debts, a lot of spiritual debts, a lot of unfinished business, okay? And I like the fact that you guys had this new moon because the new moon is saying, okay, I'm going to be able to pay off those debts, okay? I'm going to be able to close this chapter with this person. Any unfinished business that I have not finished, I will be able to finish that, right? And so here at the gibbous moon, it's saying you are close to doing that very thing, to achieving the goal that you set out for yourself. That is what the gibbous moon is saying. Now, I would like to tell you that a part of that has something to do with your ability to stay flexible and patient. That is what the fixed moon is saying. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and start with the South Node. South Node always talk about the familiar. It talks about things that you have been through, the things that you've experienced, the things that you know, the people that you know, situations that you know. And that is what we're looking at with the South Node. Okay. Here it says the past or past life. Now, there is something with the past that I do see that's very prominent in your reading because you had a lot of finishing things up, okay? You had a lot of that in your reading, finishing things up. And so when we get into the reading, we're going to see what that means. But I'm telling you, I actually feel like there's something here dealing with your money. Okay, because it's about what you owe. Now, here it says fixed moon. This is the power of being able to concentrate, strong-willed. Honey, when I tell you this is a Sagittarius energy, if I have ever seen it, I mean, literally strong-willed. It's like if you think I'm going to do, you need to think again. That is one thing about Sagittarius that I see. Even if it's you determined to do something that's not in your best interest, you don't care about what nobody else say, you're doing it. Okay? Very strong, strong-willed person. And I love the fact that you don't back down. Now, why is this important when you have the South Node coming out first? Because this could actually help you if we're saying things from the past, situations from the past that keep occurring. This is what I see when I saw not backing down, being able to push through and stand firm. So let's say there's someone from the past that wants to come back in here. Some of you guys are trying to make sure you don't pick up the phone call or you don't answer that door, right? And if we're talking about debts, fixed is saying you're going to fix your past debts. That is what we see with the gibbous moon. So we're looking at all 3 of them together. And then it's going to be a new beginning. That's why the new moon is here. New moon talks about a fresh start, the ability to look ahead and not feel dread. Okay? Because now there's new opportunities and new experiences that you will have. Because now there was that unfinished business that you finished. Okay? There was debts that you paid off. Okay, that's what I see. Some of you guys are able to move. Okay, And I'm talking about move across the country. We're talking about moving in bigger places, that type of thing, because now your debts have been paid. Your credit is improved. And this is what you've been working on, because that was fixed as well. There's a lot of things in your life that is being fixed. And some of you are so unaware of it. You have no idea. Okay. And we're going to get to this in a minute, because this is so on point. I'm going to read this one. Your story hasn't even unfolded yet. Now you could be like, well, I'm like 50 years old. Yes. What do you mean my life hasn't unfolded? Well, this is a new chapter. You're just now starting something new. Okay. And then you have the ability here with the fixed side to do something that you've always wanted to do or get things done. Now we're going to pull your fourth card. And this is going to be for Sagittarius. Now, some of you are manifesting. It's interesting because you did not have a house. I want to pull out the house for you. I want to wait until I get it. I got to pull out at least one house for y'all. You keep getting this gibbous moon, but I'm not getting houses. You got the Venus house. Yep, I'm not getting houses. Let's see. Let's get a house here for Sagittarius. That wasn't a house. There we go. Fourth house. I always pay attention to what comes at the bottom of the deck when I'm asking for something in particular. I want to pull all of this aside. That's right. I'm going to make sure I say everything I need to say for y'all today. I'm not going to say it right now, but this is definitely going to be. You guys had sixth house too. Didn't know that. So that means it was meant for me to see. A lot of you have been dealing with people with addictions, or you guys have been dealing with things that you have been experiencing, especially if you are a Sagittarian. A lot of you Sagittarians have a square to Neptune. Do you guys know that? Some of you have a square or opposition to Neptune. And the reason why I say that is because there's Chiron here, which means that there's something that needs to be healed based on the story that you were born into. Now, I'm going to go ahead and say that because that makes sense, because that's the reason why the South Node is there, past life debts. Especially if it's been love stories or the lack of restrictions, the inability to feel free. Also not being able to stay organized and prioritize, not being able to stay balanced, that type of thing. You have definitely had problems within your home, or not having the type of home that you have always wanted. Now, see, remember, the new moon is a new story. That is what the universe is basically trying to bring in here for you. Based off of all those cards that fell out intentionally, because I didn't even see this card fall out. So it wanted me to pull two different types of houses for you. Let's get started. Now we're going to talk about all of that. Let's go ahead. Let's see what's coming out here for Sagittarius. This was in reverse. I saw that. But I'm reading upright. You guys have dealt with very demanding mothers. You've had a very demanding life. Other people have demanded things from you. And that is a part of what you're about to fix. There is somebody who is like at war with you. There is some jealousy here, baby. Or some of you are experiencing that. Some of you are experiencing jealousy. A lot of you guys like drama TV. Oh, that's funny. There's something about your self-esteem that needs to be fixed. The way you see yourself. And this South Node is saying that even in your past life, this was something that you had that you could not, this was something that you could not master. But you came in this life, still with time to try to fix what you couldn't master in your past life. Some of you guys are very promiscuous in your past life, and you know it. because you kind of got that thing now. Or it's the complete opposite. I love that in astrology that you can see that, for some people, the signature is there, right? Where you see that the person is extremely promiscuous, but then it's the opposite. It could be the opposite side for the person that in their past life, they were extremely promiscuous, but in this lifetime, they're like a nun. They're like a saint. It's, again, I find this is no coincidence because you guys had the Wheel of Fortune at the bottom of the deck. This is, again, talking about something that is destined, something that you are destined to experience, but it is also karma. That is what you're wrapping up. That is what you're wrapping up. It is a turning point for you. South node of something that you are releasing. That is the thing that you are releasing. There is eclipses that's possibly happening in the 4th and the 6th. 4th, 6th, and 10th. 4th, 6th, and 10th. But a lot of y'all are fighting for this change. There's definitely some karmic debts that you guys had here, especially if you've dealt with karmic mothers, karmic family members. It was definitely a female. Now, I'm not saying that it can't be a male, but today we see what? A divine feminine, and we have to stick with what we see today. Specifically, if this person was a Cancer, Virgo, Capricorn, or an Aries, or another Sag. Let's go ahead. Let's keep going. This is for Sagittarius. New beginning here with the Fool card, and you got the 8 of Swords. So you guys have been feeling trapped and stuck for a very long time. The inability to move is also fixed. Your situation has been fixed. You have not been able to get out of your situation. The stubbornness of your situation, that's what it is. It's not just about you being stubborn. It's about a situation or a problem that has been stubborn to be removed. Definitely see that. But also see it's a perception. Fixed signs are Aquarius, Scorpio, Capricorn, and Taurus, right? Or is it Aries? I don't know what this is. What is this? Fixed signs are Aries, right? Isn't that Aries? Am I wrong? Or is that Taurus? I think Capricorn is a cardinal. So to me, I think it's a cardinal. Am I wrong? Is it Taurus? Is it Taurus? Okay. If you guys look at this video afterward, it's either Taurus or Aries. But you guys already know I'm starting to learn I know astrology more than I know the small stuff. Okay. Because I don't, for some reason, the zodiacs and all the signs and all the other stuff, for some reason, it doesn't stick with me. But I understand the concept of astrology. I got to do better with that though, right? So it's like whatever has been fixed in your life that has been stubborn enough, like the audacity to not leave your life, whether it's a person or a problem or a situation. Here with the Fool card, it says that won't be an issue anymore. Because remember, right before it, you had the Wheel of Fortune, which is a fortunate turn of events, which is pulling you in a new direction here with the Fool card. Okay. Which is pulling you in a new direction. Thank you so much, RK. So it's Taurus. Okay. Some of you are definitely dealing with it. Let me say that. Let me say those signs again. You were dealing with a Cancer, a Virgo, a Capricorn, a Taurus. I said Aries, but I think it's Aries and Leo. It's an Aries Leo here. Somebody with those signs has been giving me the flux, okay, in a Pisces. But there's definitely it's one of those. It's Aries or Leo, because there's definitely one of those two fire signs that I see. Okay, I know I said Sag. That could be it too, because it's a lot of fire. But definitely a Leo and an Aries. But I like the fact that here with the 8 of Swords, it always had that meaning that it was self-imposed. And I'm not saying that everything was self-imposed, but sometimes it's about the way that you think. That's just like being in a cult, right? Like there are some people who believe what they believe wholeheartedly. And it's like there are people outside of them that's like, hey, walk across the street. You're not going to get hit by the car because there's a crossing guard there. They got barriers over here and there's no cars around at all anyway, right? And the person is like, no, I can't walk across the street. That's how some people are when it comes down to their own personal beliefs. And everyone outside of them see that that's just not the way that it is. And so here with the Eight of Swords, a lot of you have been trapped in a certain type of like belief system about what you are able to do and achieve and what you can, areas of life that you can explore and all that other stuff. So it has kept you trapped. So the Fool card is basically saying, I'm ready to explore. I'm ready to like break free of these mental bonds. And the only way that you can break free from these things is because of you, not because of anybody else. This is self-reasoning. And I love it. But I'm telling you, there's some things that you've been through, baby. And of course, I feel like you guys have been protected in some kind of way. Because again, like I said before, you came in here with some type of karma. Everybody has. But what was it? And it did have something to do with your self-esteem and your self-worth. Something that you've done in the past life. When it comes down to relationships, from what I see, because you guys had Venus and Mars that came out in Aries. Let's go ahead. Let's keep going. Now we're going to get to the new. We're going to see with a fresh start, the ability to look ahead, wanting to look ahead in the future because you guys already know something is going to change. It's interesting. We talked about cults, right? You guys had Neptune. Disillusionment, an illusion. It's not real. Something hasn't been real. That was in reverse. It's upright, but that was in reverse. I want to always read the reverse, and then it will get to the upright energy. I love it because this says now there's going to be peace and harmony into your life because it came out in reverse. Five of Wands talks about the conflict, the obstacles, and the drama, which is what we talked about in the beginning of this, and it came out in reverse. That's the only way that you're going to have a fresh start. But it's you're paying attention to what you're doing. Why? Because you're not engaging in the drama anymore with anybody. It doesn't matter who it is. You're not engaging yourself in drama and strife and gossip and all of that. You're not going to be a third party. You're not going to put yourself in situations that you know they're going to hurt you at the end because the only thing that you're going to be left with is emotional damage and baggage. You know that. Because a lot of y'all are entering new relationships with the same shit that you had before because of what you believe you deserve. The Five of Wands is more so the fight to disengage, the fight, the determination, which is what we saw there in the beginning part of the reading, the determination to not engage, to disengage from someone that's trying to pull you in. And I'm telling you, there's somebody here in general who don't like y'all like that. And we see it all the time in a lot of people's reading. And it's not intentionally trying to do things to y'all, intentionally trying to get you to bite. No. You are a new person. This is why it says you are new to people now. You're a new specimen. And this is what the universe is trying to get you to understand. You're not walking in that past path anymore. You are on a new journey. The South Node is being eclipsed. Some of you, that is dealing with your working career, your homes, where you live, a fresh start. And the home is everything. It's everything. Some of y'all are not going to be even talking to family members that you used to talk to. Now, I'm not going to say it's because of strife, though. For some of y'all, it really could just be they're not there anymore. Your childhood home that you grew up in, a childhood house or home or whatever is going to get sold because the great-great-great-grandmother is no longer around. Something like that. Okay. But I definitely see that the fourth house is very important in your reading, of course, and also with the sixth house. This has to do with your daily routines. Something has been off in that area. You haven't been able to take care of yourself the way that I see that you should have. You haven't. You're hurting too much. You got Chiron here. You got Saturn here. You got Mars here. You got squares and obstacles and demands and a lot of resistance that you've been facing. That's what I see. And so this is what the new moon is going to bring in. Now you can look forward to something. Leo, this is crazy. There is definitely a Leo here. Who's this Leo? Who's this Leo? I said when I kept on saying Aries and then Leo popped up. I'm like, kept saying, why am I saying Leo so much? Somebody got a Leo somewhere. Somebody got a Leo somewhere that's causing issues and some type of power struggle that you've definitely been in. Some type of confrontation that they're trying to, pull you in some type of way. Let's go ahead. Now we got the water. We got water sign. We got water element here. Let's get it. This is for Sagittarius. Love it. This is in reverse. This is in upright. Oh, you guys have been deeply, deeply betrayed. This is why y'all don't trust people. This is why I'd rather be by myself. I'd rather be by myself. I'd rather be by myself. Ten of Swords is being stabbed in the back. This is the collapse of this is like a collapse of trust. Definitely based off of what I'm saying. Here it is again, debt. Y'all know I don't look at the card. That's why y'all heard me kind of say it when I looked at it. This is debt. Why do we keep saying debt? Six of Pentacles in the upright is talking about being receiving something. But I'm telling you, there's some debts here. I don't know if someone giving you something, there's a gift that someone can possibly be giving to you. I don't know if this is this new home, new house. We got to talk about the sixth house. Sixth house is not just dealing with your daily routines. It's also dealing with your health. Some of you guys are definitely dealing with paralysis, spasm, back spasms, neck spasms, especially if you work out. Because I see a lot of you guys that actually work out a lot. And so there's some inflammation going on in that area. I would say, I would definitely say what we learned. I mean, it's a lot of things that I can't diagnose you or tell you what to do, okay? Because I'm not going to have anything dealing with my nursing license to be. But the only thing I could tell you is that I do see inflammation, and aches and pains. But I feel like that has something to do with some of you guys may have ran track when you were younger. You're some type of athlete when you were younger, so it's like back pain or something dealing with the legs or something like that. Okay, that I can see. Some of you have or you are experiencing a personal crisis, because here with the water element, remember, it's rain that suddenly comes down. And so I do feel like it's something dealing with the fourth and the sixth. Something dealing with the fourth and the sixth. Let me see if there's a solution to this. Some of you are definitely going to hear about someone that have passed. I'm not sure if this is a family member. This doesn't even feel family, but maybe distant or something, because we have the Page of Swords. Feels like distance when I asked, and she started to look off in the distance. So it feels like it's someone that you may have known from the past, okay? But remember, something is being cut off. Someone that you either knew from childhood or, as a child, like it's someone that like I said, I don't know if this is friend or whoever, but I definitely see that in this reading. I'm seeing some of you are going to be, for a while at least, dealing with stuff that you've been dealing with: hemorrhoids, rectal issues, constipation, tiredness, or a lack of energy. And like I keep saying, back pains. There is something that you either saw or will be seeing that is going to make you emotional. Please pay attention to what you view on the internet, what you look at, what you expose your mind to, because right now there's a lot of emotional elements here. You got water and fire, especially with Mars. This is like, you being emotionally upset about something, because you got drama with the Five of Wands, right? And this is what you're trying to like release. This is what you're trying to release. And like I said before, I definitely see financial debts here. Totally. I see a lot of new beginnings that's going to get you out of these financial restraints that a lot of you have been in, which is so good. Okay. But I definitely see that it's like penny pinching a little bit over here from what I'm seeing. And some of you are going to be receiving things, even though that this is in reverse here with the Six of Pentacles. I definitely see that there's going to be some type of assistance or someone who's going to help you in this area. I'm not really sure who. Some of you guys may have to move to someone's house, or there could be someone that's moving into your house. Maybe you'll get some type of like, what is it called? Roommate? That could happen, where you may get a roommate, or you could move in with a romantic partner where you guys are able to share bills and kind of cut back the cost a little bit based off of what I'm seeing. Let's get to the messy part. This is for Sag. This is for Sagittarius. Well, first card that I saw faced forward, looking dead at me here, is rejected and left feeling abandoned. This is why I said that for some of you, you definitely were dealing with mothers who was not a mama baby. And this is the reason why you've been searching your whole life trying to figure out how to be in relationships, how to be, right? Or how to be in general. Okay. Because, there has been some type of wound since childhood. There's been some type of wound, and that part of you is healing. There's something that you're healing because you got damaged. And I mean damage because everyone has a Chiron energy, something that they have to work on. Like I said, Chiron is either the 4th or the 6th. Some of you guys were born with sickness or born with some type of disability or something like that you're still, trying to work through or work on or, live with. Even though this reading, it looks okay, even if you did, but I do see it because I feel like it could be neurological for some of you guys. Here it says that this person, this is funny because this came out for Taurus energy, especially if you have Taurus in your chart. This person is basically like, okay, I'm letting you know that I'm not monogamous, but I still want to be in your life, right? It's the type of person that just don't give a fuck. Very, no matter what you do for this person, you do everything for this individual, but it's never enough. They're never satisfied based on that reading. It's just not satisfied at all. I also feel that some of you guys have been accused of that. You got somebody in your reading telling you, saying, you know what? I do X, Y, and Z for you, Sagittarius, and you ain't never satisfied. You act like you don't give a damn about me, kind of nonchalantness here. Somebody's experiencing that nonchalant energy. There is somebody on the internet that is definitely a loser. They can't stay off your page. There's somebody here that may, yes, there's a lot of nonchalantness. And yes, they have a hard time with being content. But it says they really care about you, but they're having a difficulty to express it. And again, you and this person might share a Chiron as far as healing with emotional energy, because this water sign talks about being able to be mature enough to express, being more mature to express your feelings. And I feel like it can be both. And I'm not saying it's not you, but I feel like there's definitely something here that talks about nurturing, 4th house, that has not occurred with you or the person that you've been with. There's a lack of nurturing energy here. Remember when I talked about the co-energy before, we're talking about self-belief. Someone has been drinking the Kool-Aid about something that someone has told them. They start to believe what their mother has said. They start to believe what a man or a woman has told them, that type of thing. And this is what you are coming out of. Totally. Be careful with somebody gossiping, because again, I still feel like there's somebody here that is, somebody on the internet, for what I feel. A lot of you are spiritual healers, or maybe this is the work that you do. I also see that you guys are going to be going on some type of road trip. Okay. That's what I see. This is what I have for you guys. I know that went quick. All right, Sagittarius, thank you guys so much for coming back to my channel. And again, if you guys are new, please like and subscribe, hit that notification bell so that way you guys will know when I come on. Okay, we're going to have some new cards next week. By the way, hopefully they come in next week, hopefully. But have a good weekend. I'm going to be back on tomorrow to do Cash Apps. Some of the videos that I'm going to be posting are going to be exactly 1 year from today, which for some odd reason, you guys don't know it and it resonates. And that was the reason why I say I always read future. Okay. So I will be posting those a little bit later. All right. I love you guys. Have a good weekend and I will talk to you later. Bye.